The wilds are really something wonderful, and they can also be full of some unexpected things. But they're also quite a marvel. Like, just think of the campfires that you can have, the bush you can explore, all the hidden stuff that's out there. So join me as me and my camping stick go out to tame the wilds of the forest and discover new lands beyond the campsite. Upon arriving, I had a bit of a look around the place with my stick, obviously after setting up camp first, and I saw this dam which I then went over to and thought I'd poke my stick into it to see how deep I can get it to go into the mud. It went kinda deep, but not as deep as I managed to get it later into some water. But this was just the beginning of how dirty me and the stick would be getting on this trip. And during this trip, a lot of improvements and things changed with the camping stick as I want to decorate it a bit. And this trip was a lot of me experimenting, trying to get it to look nicer. So you can see I've got some tape there with an amethyst shard given to me by my partner on top, which, well, the amethyst will stay, but other stuff will change later, you'll see. But here I went to this little patch of water down in the forest, and I stuck my stick down. I hit a rock, but then eventually I found some soft mud, and I pushed it down. The stick went deep in, like the whole thing pretty much went right into the mud, which is something I wasn't expecting, but it looked quite cool sitting there. Like a nice little naturey thing. I'm into nature, so it was pretty cool, and I did a few photos. This was even the thumbnail at one point until I explored a bit more and found a better spot. But eventually, it was time to take the stick out, and it was completely soaked. Not as muddy as I expected, but still, had a very nice shade of colouring to it after that, but obviously once it dries up, it won't last too long, but nevertheless, I fixed that up later. I went for a little bit more of a walk around the forest, just checking out the area. It was looking pretty cool. Some nice movement in the water, so I was trying to figure out what was going on. Saw a bit of a lizard pass through, and then I continued my walk to just see what was around, look for anything interesting. And I kind of just did a bit of a tripped, because I'm a little bit dumb, wasn't paying attention. I walked up this little piece of hill here, just kind of had a look around. It was very green, it was a very lovely spot. A lot of noise though, from the cicadas nearby, and I'll play a clip later and you can hear what I had to listen to 24/7 down here. But apart from that, it was quite the trip. Came across some more water here, a lot of mosquitoes, so I had to put some mosquito spray on later, which I noted at the back of my head to go back and get soon. But in the meantime, I just looked around at this lovely green forest, which was just absolutely beautiful and quite a marvel to look at. I decided to then go back to my campsite and get my leather satchel, which I got for Christmas. Very nice leather, and then I went for a little bit of a walk around the place just to check things out. Found this lovely path through the forest, which I just knew I had to go down. It's late afternoon, so it was quite cool, not too hot, so it was perfect for walking. There was a few houses that I went past on the way, but it was very nice. Found some nice little water, which I thought was an absolutely beautiful spot, and I knew this was the area I'd be getting my thumbnail, and I was definitely going to be coming back to crossover soon. The water was filled with heaps of life. Tadpoles were filled with the water, meaning heaps of new life was going to be soonly brought into the world. Honestly, this was just an absolutely lovely spot. I'd absolutely recommend going outside and exploring stuff like this, because just look at this. This is probably one of the most stunning things I've seen in a while. This whole spot was just so peaceful, calming, nothing but the gentle tapping of the leaves and the occasional small breeze coming through. It was like heaven on earth, basically. So I had a bit of fun stuffing around the camera, put a few settings on it, just to see what the place looked like. I found this setting showed the most accurate of what the area looked like in my eyes, as some of the light is a bit too bright in my camera. And then I went for a bit more of a walk, and the camera went a little bit all over the place at times, but it was good. Or either it's just because I'm recording this looking at it upside down. Who knows? But I found a bit of an interesting discovery up ahead, which I wasn't expecting to find. But interesting nonetheless, and hey, I'll take it. It was an abandoned excavator. Or at least I thought it was. I hoped it was, because I don't really want a criminal record for climbing all over it, because I had to. But this was an absolutely astonishing thing, which I honestly didn't expect to find. And yeah, it was locked up. I checked, so I can't really get into it, but the window was smashed up good, so it looks like someone's taken it for a little ride and gone for a bit of an interesting ride around in it. And yeah, I couldn't find much else interesting about it, so I went for a little bit of a climb over it with the camping stick, just looking around. Could kind of see in the engine there, which I managed to open up later, but can't remember if I actually got a recording of it. I then thought I'd walk back and look at some nice bamboo which I saw. This was absolutely beautiful. Big fan of Japanese stuff, so coming across this bamboo was like a dream come true. And then I just looked at these little fires that were around the area before the big boy was lit up. This thing was like an absolute star in the night, except for the fact that it wasn't a star, it was fire. I mean, it could be considered a star, I guess, because stars are made of fire, gas, lava, all that kind of stuff. At least I think so. But yeah, I took this as an opportunity to get some cool shots with the camping stick for some promotions, because I promote these videos using shorts. So I got some cool stuff, some real cool pictures just to remember. Tried out some of my other filters, and that was honestly my favorite one, so I had to put it in the video. And then the day ended, and I have to say, best part of the day, 100%, hands down, that campfire. Like, that was beautiful stuff. And then day 2. Now, you want to hear what I have to listen to 24/7? This is what I have to listen to 24/7. The second I wake up, this is what I hear. I had to listen to that all day, non-stop. It's a real pain, but the trip was worth it. Absolutely lovely spot. Anyways, I looked over my stick after shoving it in the remains of the fire, which kind of burnt it a bit, so oops, didn't mean to do that. But should be looking spotless after the trip is done. I then tested out a little rope on the top of the camping stick. Obviously this wasn't final, this was just me testing to see how it worked. So I kind of just had it on for the rest of the day as I looked around trying to get a bamboo shoot as another stick to add to my collection. But this one was full of ants, so I gave it a pass. But I eventually came back to the giant bamboo cluster from earlier to see if I could find one that I could break off. Wouldn't be easy because bamboo is quite tough, but I'm sure that if I find the right piece, I'd be able to do it. And well, quick spoiler, I did, after looking at some chickens that I found there, because there's a property nearby. So yeah, I then found a nice piece of bamboo, which I then decided that was the one I was going to break off. And here we are, the bamboo shoot, my new addition to my camping collection of sticks. I'll make a video on why I have these soon. But here it is. Took a while to do, and I shoved a little stick through it just to hold up the top half there, so it doesn't cave in when I'm holding it, and it works quite well. And I just kind of spent a bit doing it up just so it looks a bit smoother, and then went out to the local town to go to the butcher and get some beer sticks. You can see here just me walking through, filming all the goods inside, and this place smelled absolutely lovely. Don't you just love the smell of walking into a butcher? Yeah, it's great. Heavenly feeling. Then went to a shop where I was going to buy some goods that I wanted to decorate my home with, and I would have filmed a bit more inside, but as I was filming, the the first bit inside, I read a sign saying you can't film in here, so I'm like, oopsies, didn't mean to do that. Anyways, I arrived back at camp, and this is what I bought. Nice little candle holder, some tin signs with combis on it, because I want to get a combi and do up a combi one day, so look forward to that in the far future. I need money, lots of it. And I just went for a bit more of a bushwalk down deep in the forest, as you can see here. I'm quite deep. But there was some interesting stuff down here and quite a few bats hanging from the trees, which is always interesting to see. Do love seeing a good bat in the daytime sleeping, but I think I alerted them because they kept squawking at me. As you can see there, I've still got the rope on the stick, still testing it out. Felt a little bit hard on the hand though, and I kind of liked the feeling of the stick how it was. So I do end up taking that away. Good thing I tested it first so it wasn't permanent. So I did a little bit more looking around and found a piece of like a gas bottle and a log, and thought I'd get out of there before it blew up. Anyways, sun was setting, so I just kind of took a bit of a video of the camping stick pointing at the sun because I thought it looked cool. Anyways, best part of the day was definitely getting the beer sticks from the butcher because yum yum. And then it was day 3. I kind of just woke up and was like, ooh, I've got to pack up today. That's going to be effort. But I got up, got my satchel, packed it ready to go for the day, filmed some lovely flowers without realizing that I was filming in 30 frames per second for a while. So that was a bit of a bummer. The next few clips are in 30 frames. But it shouldn't be too bad. And then I took the camping stick and went for a bit of a walk just around the bush area. Got the bamboo shoot as well, that's what I'm officially calling it, the bamboo shoot. And I thought I'd take it over to the dam just to dunk it in and just clean out the inside by filling it all up with water, as you can see. I then went to pull the bamboo shoot out of the water and just kind of drain the water out. Took a little bit of turning it around in all weird different directions to get all the water out, but eventually I succeeded in what I was trying to do. As you can see, it's all flowing out right there. And still sadly in 30 frames per second, but you know what? It looks good. Looking good. And then I went for my walk. My final walk with the camping stick, looking how it is. And then, in the next vlog, it's going to be all done up. So look forward to that one. Subscribe for that. It'll be looking good. And then, my final walk through the bush with it how it looks now began. I eventually laid it down in the grass at the destination that I had reached to end the vlog. And I just took a little bit of a look over it just to see what it looked like so I can have a bit of a comparison later in the next vlog, which I'm busy working on. But this so concludes this vlog, and I do hope you enjoy, guys. Please subscribe, and best part of the day was looking at flowers.